of
year.
flowers.
I don't want to be.
No, I'm calling him Rudolph.
I don't give a fuck what year it is. I don't want to be a princess.
Is a Rodolph. Should I
I don't
know
even
who
wanna
that
be-
is? Escaped her
I'd like to be a knight in shining armor.
gilded cage. I take
No,
it. I'll choose
not
that
today,
one.
not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next. No, I'm not.
Wait, so if you had, if you
Just-
were hanging
just-
out,
just
if
for
you
you,
were
Ralph.
hanging out, if you
Just
were
for
hanging
you,
out
as soon
with
as I
your
get this
group
crown,
of
throw it in the trash.
buddies, that would be a sausage fest.
Talking to me?
I'm saying in general.
Yes, it would be.
Yes, it would be.
You don't want to hang out with your dude friends?
Isn't Final Fantasy 15 Sausage Fest the game?
Yes.
It's Dude's Night Out.
Dude's night out.
Mouse to mouth, bro.
Ooh, tell me more. I don't really care.
That what, Suki?
No, that was it. Gave me which one to choose. I choose. Ooh, tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me. Like, does he have a car? Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
Ruffles done pissed me off. So every response I give in this little event here is gonna be the negative one. Every single time it leans more towards, "Are you done talking yet?" I'm picking that one. God dog, my gear is dusted, busted.
Must not repaired it from the last time we were in Eureka.
Yeah, that's a guarantee. Let's switch to that. There we go.
Don't give me that. You gave it to me first.
What happened? Oh, the protect?
No, I was talking about the frown.
I didn't even do a front. What are you talking about?
Ruffles is so slow, her new name will be viewing cutscene.
No, this bitch is officially Buckets of Salt.
Well, we already knew that.
I didn't realize how deep that salt could go. Riddle me this, Baja. Riddle me this. Explain to me why I'm playing Ruffles yesterday in Dead or Alive, and she's beating me, and she's still salty. She's still getting pissed off at the game. Except somebody explain that to me. Go ahead.
I think. Well,
She's winning by using characters she doesn't like.
No, she's using a character that she likes. She's just
I
winning, and
guess
she's
the
being
only-
salty.
the only salty part of it is that she doesn't know how to do any of the combos.
That's what she was getting mad about. Oh, why is that button doing that? What difference does it make? You're winning. No, it's just pissed off. She was getting mad as hell. So somebody just how the fuck is you winning and still
Maybe it's
getting
her
mad?
tactics in terms of how she beats you.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's a good point.
Gets you preoccupied with the saltiness, and then all of a sudden it clouds your judgment. Or the salt gets into your eye and you can't even see the screen.
That must be it. What is Little Lady's Day again?
It's a day in Japan to celebrate women, girls, and stuff.
Y'all get
I
another
thought it
day?
was just a spring festival thing.
Well, there's also a day for boys. I just don't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, and it's like, and they have like friggin' mascots of penises or something, right?
It's like
I don't know about all that, Baha.
no,
but okay.
it's
Is that legit?
fertility.
Goddamn,
It's yeah,
okay.
it's
It's fertility.
fertility day. Yeah,
Oh.
It's nothing bad. It's just like a day where, you know, because Japan's really low on the population, as in
So
Yeah, so
like,
they
they
try to.
celebrate getting
He's
a
like,
bitch
yo,
pregnant.
you guys should start doing.
it would be amazing if they got pregnant because they're the lowest among the countries.
That's because they're nerds and they're too busy being enamored with 2D waifus. Who needs 3D, right? You don't understand. Saniko loves me. Suki, Saniko loves me.
Sonico? You mean
She's
the
the only one
Pikachu?
for me.
The Pikachu Sonic?
No, Saniko, Super Saniko.
It's double more serious when even the women are like that too.
What
They're like,
about the
Sonic, go
Christian?
my
What about the
You
Christian?
ain't wrong. When they're like, "I have a husbando, I don't need you." That's definitely rough.
Oh, what's that girl? Nikki-chan?
Who?
A boyfriend would be nice, but my video games are more important.
Oh yeah, I remember that chick.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
You
she's
don't
just
remember
a
that?
Japanese chick. She's not like unattractive or anything.
She sits
She
in her
just
room playing
she
video
likes
games
playing
all
video games.
day. She doesn't even have a
I
bed
still
in her
do
room.
rest
It's
in
just like nerd stuff. A boyfriend would be nice, but my video games are more important.
So basically, the only way you're gonna get in her pants is if you beat her ass in Smash Bros.
Or you can do it at the same time.
You like whoop her ass in StarCraft, and she's
dude.
like, "Oh my god."
Smashing and Smash
Speaking-
Bros.
Speaking of
Yo.
Smash, speaking of smashing, how turned off would someone be if someone answered the phone during the intimate part and proceeds to talk on it as, you know, what did they do with this girl?
They would like watch porn together and then do
yeah.
stuff. And my brain was like, no, like you need to be focused on her and her only in that moment. Don't be thinking about some other bitches while you don't do that.
Wait, he likes to watch it, but she doesn't, right?
No, they both did.
They watched it together, but
I don't know. That's
I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10 she's not. And y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
It
But 9
varies
times
from
out of 10,
person to person.
9 times out of 10, I feel like generally speaking, she's not going to want you to be watching.
I can't vouch for all women, otherwise I'd be generalizing.
I understand if let's say you guys want to have sex but you can't get off unless you watch porn. That'll be a problem. I can see that being a problem.
I mean, it could get that bad if that's all you ever do.
It's pretty
But
bad.
but a lot of guys in today's day and age have a problem with that. Anyways, a lot of dudes that can't get off unless. What is where? What?
Fatter
The
cat.
fat cat.
It's 16 USD. I was like, oh, jeez. I figured it'd still be 20 something. But yeah,
I have to see. Be right back.
I don't know where they buy it from, but what
And
happened?
it's legit, huh?
Yeah, cause
Yeah, it's legit.
I bought an outfit and it was legit. I'm not sure what happened, but they put the whale up to $60.
That's a typo.
I hope so.
Who the hell's gonna pay for that?
I know, right?
Maybe they stole the code from someone.
I have no idea. I'm not sure which outfit Suki was talking about.
Oh, it's also possible that maybe they work behind, like, say, a certain company that is partnered with Square, and then basically, if they're customers as well, they can get a discount on Square products.
I don't know. They have a lot. It says for that whale, they've sold 835.
What's going on?
I guess it could. I guess it could also be bulk. I guess
I really have no idea.
if Square is willing to do it, sometimes they'll be like, yeah, okay, we'll give you like 500 tickets of this shit for a fixed price. Like they're willing to take the cash right up, right, kind of thing. And
I think
and
it's
up to them to figure out how to make money out of it.
I think it's that they buy it in a country that the local currency is worth less than the American dollar, and so they buy it in the local currency, and then they sell it online in American dollars, which then translates back to their currency, and they make like double the money or whatever.
So, I've got okay. So,
And Square
It's
like
been-
don't do anything about that.
if someone draws, right? Let's say someone does commission for monies, and let's say they live in Canada,
Oh, this link is too.
but they live in Canada, but they're receiving the money as USD. How would that work?
The
Like-
hell?
Does that make sense?
The link is insane, but I was trying to show Suki this mouse pad that's on here.
Oh,
Mouse and mouse pad.
Usually they pick the most universal currency, which would be USD.
Well, wait,
that
like,
looks
like,
cool.
say it again, Suki. I'm sorry, I was looking at that mouse pad. What
Oh,
did you?
I would say the mouse pad looks cool, but I have a feeling it's not very cooperative.
Yes,
but as I was saying,
kind of cheap.
let's say, okay,
Leader's
for
Guild
example,
if you've already done the
I'll-
first flower crown.
I'll use an example. Let's say someone who lives in a state
Right.
and they do commissions for a living, right?
Right.
And let's say they move somewhere, anywhere. Like, let's say they move to Japan or China or Canada or Mexico. It doesn't really matter where. If they
Right.
go somewhere where the money conversion is far less superior than the USD, when they move out of the state and live in that other state, can they continue to just receive payment in USD?
You can choose your currency.
I'm about to say, yeah, if it's coming, if you're on the internet, yeah, you can tell PayPal will automatically change it into whatever your local currency is.
Yeah, and USD would be the most common currency to work with, so they'll choose that over whatever they currently live in.
Yeah, like whenever we buy things through PayPal from a Japanese website, it automatically converts it into yen. And at one time, there was an error that PayPal had done, and they took too much money from us. And then, like when they went back and did the math, they actually took too much for it, and so it reimbursed us, and it automatically converted it. They reimbursed us yen, and then when Nat hit the button, it automatically converted it back into dollars.
Oh,
But I imagine you could like set PayPal to just like I want it in this, and PayPal would be like, okay.
isn't
Yeah,
that like
basically,
cheating
like
though?
preferred
'Cause,
currency.
so
Yeah,
like if you're
getting paid from
receiving
somebody, no.
if
tell
you're
them
receiving the money as USD, and let's say you're living in let's say you're living in, I don't know, Canada, So if you're getting paid in US dollars and you're living in Canada, when you use that money, do you just like go to the bank or currency
That'll be
exchange
up
to
to you.
exchange?
You
That'll
would
be
have
up
to.
to
I
you how
imagine
you wanna
you'd have to
convert
get
it.
it converted. If you're closer to the border, I imagine they probably accept both. But if you're deep in Canada, you'd probably have to get it swapped from U.S. dollars
But
to
it's not
something else.
required. Yeah, but
Act-
it's not required
Well,
for you to.
actually, Canada accepts American dollars straight up. It's just that they'll probably like
cheat you.
because it's worth more than Canadian dollars. They'll accept it for sure. It's just a matter of the currency rate. They probably won't give it to you.
So, but you can pretty much like just get paid in a different currency and then just convert it to whatever wherever you're
could
living
probably go
at.
somewhere.
You don't
where
even have to
probably-
convert it. You can also open a U.S. account.
So
in
it's
Canada.
not so it's not like
Yeah.
required for you to change your currency if you move. Okay.
The key
I-
thing
I
is that you
imagine-
have a currency that is valued, which is like either Euro dollars or USD.
I
Yeah.
imagine
Get
it would
any other
also depend
currency,
on what
not a lot of
country you go
countries
to.
accept them because they look at it as garbage.
Yeah, if you were like Canada is really close to the United States, so it probably more readily accepted. If you were to go to say Europe, you probably would have to get it converted into euros. Like I don't imagine.
Yeah, that
and
makes sense because euros more
it's
prized
more prevalent
than
over there, and
USD.
they're nowhere near the United States, so they're not trying to deal with that shit. They're like, you need to go get real money, and I can't use.
And
I know
euro
it
is actually what?
Right.
Euro is actually more expensive than the US.
I think it's a little more than the USD right now. Although
Yeah, so they'll value that more. It's kind of like in Canada, like we're willing to accept US dollars. It's just that like because
Oh,
since
shit,
we
they
will
get
ignore the
married.
conversion rate, right? We'll just treat it as 1-to-1. But of course, they'll accept it because it's US dollars is worth more than Canadian. That's why when you come to Canada, it's more preferred that you convert yourself.
Okay,
Because
so
or else you get ripped off by locals, right? Because they'll just treat it as 1-to-1.
okay, let's say you have a bunch
But
of
on the other
American-
way around, U.S. will rarely accept Canadian dollars because they look at it and it's like garbage, monopoly money.
Yeah, it makes sense. Some people don't even accept the Canadian quarters, even though they're pretty much the same.
It's
So
less value, yeah.
yeah, so then what was it? I was gonna say, I don't even remember. It had something to do with currency though. Oh, okay. So for example, let's say you have American money. That's what you make. Your paycheck is in American money.
right,
but
you
you're
work for an
living
American
in-
company overseas.
Or not that, just like we're talking about independent. Like I said, let's say you do commission and you're receiving your money in US dollars.
Right.
And so if you were to order something to come to Canada, it would just convert your American money into Canadian money, right?
If you're going through PayPal, yes, because Nat has several people that commission her for art, and they're living in Canada, or I mean, in Europe.
France.
In
and-
I mean, it
one
makes
of them's in
sense.
France specifically, so I'm sure on their end, like, and PayPal is so good that on their end, they see blah 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 euros, and then on our end, we see blah 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 USD.
Yeah, I was just if you have like a company, that makes sense because like you're there for a purpose besides because like they're paying you as a job, like a federal job, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So that would actually that makes more sense in terms of like legality, I guess. Like you don't have to worry about converting your money because the workplace that you work at pays you in that money
Yeah, and you could
versus a personal.
even then, I imagine that there's a lot of banks that will automatically convert them, or I mean, if they send it through PayPal, you just get it whatever currency it's supposed to be in.
Yeah. If you choose to, they can always convert it because in the end, all they do is charge you a fee, anyways.
Huh?
Yeah, and if your bank's really good, they probably won't even do that.
Yeah. Alright.
If your bank's that good.
I don't know. Like, is there a bank that would not charge you a conversion fee then?
I'm not sure. If the bank is, And this is speculation, so I don't actually know this. But if the bank is set up on purpose for this sort of thing, like we exist as a bank to be a transnational bank, then maybe,
Okay.
or a transatlantic bank, however you want to say it.
Oh, because like I
But
know
maybe
that when
something
they
like
do
that,
the
but that
conversion
could be a
rate, it's
stretch.
never the one that is exactly of that date, right?
Yeah, no, they usually do it by. I mean, if honestly, I I would think they would have to do it for free, or else you would just run it through PayPal. You know, like just pay me through PayPal. PayPal will convert it.
Go back to the main area if you've already done that part.
So if the bank's not
Baja.
going to do that, you just circumvent it, go through PayPal, I imagine.
Well, that would explain why but then PayPal is popular because of that, because it's supposed to be no different from bank.
Yeah, you can legitimately get a PayPal card and just use that as your bank if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Is PayPal even backed by government or anything? No, it doesn't.
No, I don't believe it is.
That's the only difference then, right? It's because the banks are backed by their respective government of that country, and then PayPal is not. But PayPal is just big enough that it's able to keep up to whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
I should teach
Yeah, in
my
theory,
parents.
PayPal can fall apart if it happens.
I should teach my parents how to use Uber. I think when we went down to California for that funeral last month, my dad parked his car in the overstay parking lot where you have to pay to just keep your car there.
Right.
And we were debating if it was cheaper just to take an Uber or to park the car there. I think it was like 30 something dollars, $30 to $40 to park there for a couple days. So we're all like, would it be cheaper to get an Uber here and back, or just to park? So we didn't even know.
That's
How
tough.
does
I
how
don't
does
actually.
Uber like do their charging? It's not.
It depends on the time of day. It depends on how many people. It depends on what part of town you're in. It's all the several things are factored in. Like if it's a really busy. I remember my mom telling me that she would drive during like Lakers games, and people would pay premium to get picked up from a Lakers game. Like she said, one time she picked somebody up and Uber charged them like $175. And she probably picked him up
Holy
and drove
shit!
him like 30
That means
minutes down the road.
That means she got like a huge cut out of that.
Yeah, she got a pretty big chunk of that.
God damn.
But like it was legit. Like it was prime Lakers time. Yada yada yada. It's gonna be busy. Traffic's gonna suck. They know you're at a Lakers game and you're gonna be you were drinking and you ain't got a choice anyway. So they're gonna tack that extra $20 on there just because they can.
Oh. Well, yeah, we were just like debating because Alaska. Come on, there's nothing special. I guess they would charge a little extra for the airport because it's pretty, busty there. In terms of cars,
Yeah.
because people are coming in and out. So I guess I was just like thinking, I don't know if it'll be cheaper. I don't know how they do their thing. So, just like next time we might try just going for an Uber instead.
It could be. It depends. I mean, the worst that'll happen is you could pull it up on the app and it'll give you an estimate how much it'll cost.
Yeah.
And then you can always just say yes or no, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Another question. So, like, what are the qualifications for you to attend a funeral?
If you were invited.
Let's go, Baja. Okay, so you would only go if someone invites you.
No, I won't. No, I see what you're saying there. No, I disagree. I would go if it was somebody I knew and cared about. Whether or not I was invited, I would still, even if I wasn't like, I would, you could show up for a second and pay your respects and then leave if the family's like, why are you here or something like that. But I don't. I think if the person meant something to you, you could go to it.
Okay. Well, my mother, right? So, me, my dad, and her went down to California last month, like I said, for that
Right.
funeral for my sister-in-law. Now that
Right.
makes sense because it's the wife of her son, right?
Right.
So we were there, and she was there for a while. She flew there a week before me and my dad did, and then she also stayed an extra week and a half after me and my dad left. So after that, she came back, and just a couple of days ago, apparently another person died. Someone that's not related to her though. I think it was like the father of the sister-in-law had passed. He had like blood transfusion problems or whatever. So he died, and then her son, my brother, had callers like, "Hey, we're gonna have another funeral. If you wanna come, we'll pay for the airfare for you." Right?
I mean, it's legit if somebody asks you to like come and be supportive, because if you don't know the person but your friend is grieving, you just want to be there for your friend. That's. I think it would be weird if you showed up randomly just cause, but then even then you might just be like, I just wanted to be here to show
Okay.
support and love to everybody. Like I don't know you all, but I know this is a hard time. Everybody can understand when times are hard. So I mean,
Alright.
as long as you don't show up be a butthole, I imagine you'll be all right.
Okay. Oh, because so she was. I don't know, cause like we live in the state, in the states. Oh my god, in Alaska, right? And she has to fly